Good morning, good morning, morning. Kim here with Brainy Girl. Happy Monday to you. I thought it would be a great day to continue our conversations from last week about Facebook Live. So last week we talked about overcoming your fears of Facebook Live and different ways that you can do that. And we talked about big reasons why you need to be on Facebook Live. Good morning, Amanda. Thanks for joining me. So we talked about ways to be on, reasons to be on Facebook Live as a business. And so I'm going to assume that you've done a Facebook Live. If you haven't, then you should definitely join our challenge, which is coming up, starts a week today. And it's a 14-day Facebook Live challenge with guidance and support. So today we're going to dive into 10 different ways to be able to repurpose your Facebook Live streams for maximum exposure. So what happens is you have a ton of work that goes into a Facebook Live, right? Between writing out your talking points and preparing for the live and letting your people know that you're going live. And, you know, it can be a bit time consuming to do a Facebook Live, and never mind the nerves that are involved in doing a Facebook Live, right? So you want to make sure that you maximize the reach, the exposure, maximize the benefits to your business and to your audience by continuing to keep the live stream going and getting as much, maximum mileage out of it as possible. Amanda, have you done a Facebook Live yet? I want to know. Just drop it in the comments and let me know if you've done one yet. And if not, I really want to see you in the challenge. Okay, so let's dive into, I've got a lot of content to cover here, so let's talk about 10 different ways to repurpose your Facebook Live stream. So obviously the very first thing that you need to do when you are finished your Facebook Live is you need to upload it. And I can drop a little video in here later today or tomorrow showing you how to upload or download your Facebook live stream, and then you're going to save that because that is going to be the basis for repurposing that across the board. So one of the best ways to repurpose your Facebook Live is with YouTube. So obviously YouTube is it's the second largest search engine, right? It's now owned by Google. Google's the largest search engine. YouTube is second in line, which means that videos that you upload to YouTube are indexed by Google. So if the video is indexed, which means that Google goes, oh, okay, this is here now, great. I'm going to add this to the Google search results when someone types in a keyword related to that video. Amanda, you haven't done one yet? That's okay. Hop into the challenge. I want to see you there. So the opportunity to have your Facebook live stream indexed by Google and show up in Google search results is increased dramatically when you upload it to YouTube. So you want to make sure that you obviously have a business channel for YouTube, which is not difficult to set up. So you want to set up your brand channel or your business channel. And this is a great place to repurpose your Facebook Lives. Now, keep in mind that there are some things that Google and YouTube look for as far as how your video ranks. There's like Google, there's a million different factors or components that go into the algorithm that determines where your YouTube video is going to rank on Google search and in YouTube search as well, because it's a search engine unto itself. So here's some things to keep in mind. A keyword-rich descriptive title for the video that you upload to YouTube. A thorough keyword-rich description of the video. The file name count. So when you save your and you download your Facebook live stream, you want to make sure that the file name of that video matches your title, your keyword-rich title, and that actually is a factor in YouTube and Google ranking. Any tags that you use. So when you upload your video to YouTube, you can add in tags, I think up to 500 characters worth of tags, something like that. So you want to add relevant tags that are relevant to your video so that it helps YouTube searchers find your video. Video length counts, subtitles and closed captions. user engagement, so how long people are watching that video for, thumbnails, custom thumbnails, so the image that you use as the thumbnail on YouTube, and the overall channel ranking are some of the big factors that play into how your YouTube video is going to be ranked. So what you're going to do is you're going to download your Facebook live stream, you're going to upload it to YouTube, onto your brand or business channel, and you're going to keep in mind those different factors that I just noted when you upload your video. And then you're going to release it and publish it on YouTube as a public video. So people can find it if they're on Facebook with your native Facebook live stream, but now YouTube searchers will be able to find it as well. So that's really good news, and another way to have that, that Facebook live stream maximize its reach. Number two, the second thing you can do is you can make that Facebook Live into a blog post for your website. So one of the factors that Google looks for when ranking websites is how many pages it has, and blog posts do count as pages, and fresh relevant content being added all the time to your website. The best and easiest way to do that is through a blog post. So you take this Facebook live stream and you can use a service such as rev.com to have your video transcribed, and then you're going to edit that transcription of your Facebook Live to make it into a blog post, and you're going to then publish that on your website. Extra marks for you, extra SEO marks for you, if you take that YouTube video, the replay, repurposed, put on YouTube, and you then embed that in your blog post, it's going to help with your rankings on Google, and you've sort of given your web visitors another way to consume your content. So they could either watch the video on your blog post, or they can read the blog post themselves if they'd prefer to read it. So adding it to your blog post, adding that YouTube video to your blog post is a great way to sort of maximize its reach and keep that momentum going for it. Okay, number three is SoundCloud. If you've just joined me, drop me a comment below. Let me know that you're here. And if you have any questions along the way, just pop them in the comment box and I would be more than happy to answer them for you. Okay, so SoundCloud is basically a huge music and audio platform. You can, if you don't want to go through all the hassle of creating your own podcast and some pressure that goes along with regular content that you're delivering on a podcast, you can actually set up your own channel on SoundCloud. It's free to upload a certain amount of content to SoundCloud. And then what you can use is you can use something like Wondershare Filmora or another software that you can find online, but to separate your audio from your video. So basically you can take the audio from that live stream, separate it out, and make it into a podcast, right? And then upload it to SoundCloud. So now you've got a SoundCloud audience who could potentially find this information and then probably come over to your website because you're going to be leading them down that path. So now you've hit up different kinds of consumers. So some that read and prefer to read on a blog post, some that prefer to watch video, which they can do on Facebook live stream or YouTube. And now you've got the ones who would prefer to listen on the go, maybe in their car or washing dishes or whatever, and you give them the audio of it and you upload that to SoundCloud. So that is the third way to repurpose your Facebook Live. Okay, time for a little sip of water. Okay. The fourth way is Twitter, of course. So what I would do is have my Facebook Live transcribed using rev.com or a transcription service, which are very reasonable. By the way, I think rev.com is about $1 per minute of audio. So if a Facebook Live is 10 minutes, you're going to pay $10 to have that whole thing transcribed, which is more than worth it for the different ways that you can repurpose it then. Okay, so Twitter. You have 140 characters to work with. I think they've recently doubled it to 280 for some users. But what you're going to do is you're going to take that transcription or even the blog post that you've created from the transcription, and you're going to grab some sentences from it, some gold nuggets from your live stream, basically, and you're going to make them into tweets and send them out into the Twitterverse. Now, you can make images using Canva or PicMonkey or something like that to go along with those tweets for a little bit more visual impact. You can also post videos to Twitter. So you could actually repurpose you know, a clip of your Facebook Live. I would clip it down and just put a clip of it up on Twitter with a link to the blog post that contains the video and the transcription of your Facebook live stream. Is this blowing your mind? Anyone? Have you thought of all of these different ways to be able to repurpose one live stream video? Okay, number 5 I think we're on is Pinterest. So Pinterest is one of the channels that has actually driven the most traffic to my website over the last 5 years probably. So if you're, it's not just for crafters or those that like makeup tutorials or foodies. Basically what happens is, what you're going to do is you're going to create a pin, so a pinnable image for your Pinterest brand channel or business channel. And if you don't have one, you might want to think about setting one up, again, depending on your demographic. You're going to create a really eye-catching pin or graphic image, and you're going to upload it to whatever board you're going to put it on your Pinterest account. Then you're going to put a keyword-rich description, and you can attach a link to somewhere. So what you're going to do is put in a link to the blog post that contains the transcription and the YouTube video, and you're going to link to that from that graphic. Now, here's the cool part about Pinterest is you pin it once and other people continue to pin it for you. So let's say I pin this to my board on Brainy Girl, and Amanda likes the look of this pin, or she thinks that this is something she could use in the future, and so she pins this to one of her boards. Now that link never gets broken to my website. So if then 2 of Amanda's followers pin that to their own boards and potentially click on that, all of that is driving traffic back to the blog post that contains my Facebook live stream that I've put on YouTube, right? So you keep the momentum going, and the way to do that on Pinterest is to create a great image with great information and get people sharing it, pinning it to their own boards, and clicking on it to drive traffic back to your website to watch that live stream. So you can create a graphic, maybe a quote graphic for Pinterest out of a quote or a gold nugget that's in the live stream. Or you might take a little bit of the, you know, the imagery of what that live stream is about and use the title of that live stream on this pin. So get creative with how you're using Pinterest. Okay, think we're on number 6, and that would be Instagram. So again, this is image focused, but it's not just image focused. So with Instagram, you can do what are called Instagram stories, which I think are up to 60 seconds. I know the videos on Instagram are 60 seconds. I think the Instagram stories, which are basically live video, are up to 60 seconds as well. They might be a bit shorter. I have to check that out. So there's a few different ways you can do this for, repurpose this for Instagram. Number 1 would be to sort of recreate a quote image or a gold nugget on a graphic, upload that to your news feed, and again, you're going to highlight something in your Facebook live stream that you went over with your audience that you think was a good gold nugget for them. You can upload that as a graphic, create a graphic and upload it. You can also do up to a 60-second clip of your Facebook live stream. So you might want to use something like Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I use, and clip down your video into a 60-second clip. So take the most impactful piece of it and upload that as a video to Instagram. The other thing you can do is go on Instagram stories and talk a little bit about what your Facebook Live was about and lead them over there with the link in the bio. So when you upload a new video or an image, or you're doing Instagram stories, you want to make sure that the link in your bio leads over to the blog post that contains the transcription and your YouTube video of your Facebook Live. All right, if you've just joined me, please drop a comment below. I'd love to know that you're here. And if you have any questions, let me know. We are talking about 10 different ways to repurpose your Facebook Live stream content. I think that was number 6, although I'm losing track of of what number we're on now. Okay, so this would be number 7, and this would be Skillshare. So Skillshare is sort of an online learning community, and it's pretty high profile. You could set up a free account to be a teacher on Skillshare, and you can basically teach a class. You're not teaching it in lifetime. It is a sort of an online course, but a very scaled down version of it, 30 to 40 minutes of content. So what you could do is you could just take the content that you've done in your Facebook live stream, or some of the content in your Facebook live stream. You could expand on it. You could make it into a Skillshare class. I think they have over 3 million students. So the exposure that you're going to get from that with content you really already have created is pretty awesome. So Skillshare is a great place to repurpose that content, expand on it a little bit more, and keep the momentum going of that Facebook live stream with the same kind of content that you have created. So Skillshare, I think, is number 8. Sharing with your email subscribers. So you want to make sure that when you are going live, especially if you're doing a live about something really impactful, that you have shared this with your email subscribers, that you're going to go live on a certain day at a certain time, and here's what they're going to get out of it. The other thing you might want to do is, if you're not driving traffic before the live stream, you definitely want to make sure that you repurpose that content after and send that out to your email subscribers. So my subscribers get an email every Tuesday from me with sort of a recap of what I've been doing, any blog posts, any content that I've produced, anything like that. That goes out to them on Tuesdays. So this live stream right now, today, when I'm done it, will be repurposed in all of the ways that I'm talking about with you. And they'll also get an email tomorrow, and this will be included in it. Now, I'm probably going to send them to the blog post that includes the YouTube video that's the replay of the Facebook Live. Because you have to remember, not everyone is on Facebook Live or Facebook. So if they don't have a Facebook account, or they're not really into Facebook, they're less likely to go check out the live stream. So I want to send traffic always to my website first and foremost. So that's where I'm going to send them, to my website that has the YouTube video on it, and from there they may end up going over to YouTube and watching some of my other videos, becoming a subscriber, and it's just another way to be able to reach them. Cam, hi, nice to see you, hon. Good, glad you're here. We're talking about 10 ways to repurpose your Facebook Live content. So I believe that was number 9, and that was sending out an email to your subscribers, driving traffic to whichever place you want to have them go to see that Facebook Live. This may be number 9. Here we go. Quote graphics. So you could, this sort of falls into the Instagram and Pinterest field, but you can create quote images out of content from your Facebook Live, and you can use that across, you know, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram. You can use it on Facebook. Next week, I might create a quote or some information on this Facebook Live, make it into a graphic, and put it out next week as an image, but it's going to link to the blog post. So for those who maybe didn't see this Facebook Live, or missed the email, or didn't see it upload to YouTube because they're not a subscriber, maybe next week when I send this out as an image with a link to that blog post, then they may go over and read it. But it's not going to end there. I'm not just going to do this for a 5 or 7 day window. I'm going to release that image or several images or the video over the course of time. So I'm trying to create content that's evergreen, so it doesn't necessarily go to style, and then I can continue to repurpose that content for 3 to 6 months probably from when I actually do a live stream. All right, last way is to make it into a lead magnet. So for those of you who don't know what a lead magnet is, it's basically asking for contact information from a web visitor in exchange for something of value that you're going to provide to them. So if you do a training video like this that's really helping people understand how they can do something, that would make an excellent lead magnet. And you can do that. Here's what I would do, is if I was doing a really impactful Facebook Live, I would do it as a live stream. I would mention in the live stream that this live stream is only going to be up for 24 hours. And after that, you can go to my website, brainygirlvirtualassistant.com, to find the live stream. And then on my website, I would have a pop-up, probably maybe an exit pop-up. So when they go to leave the site, it's going to say something like, hey, hold on a second. Did you know that you can pick up this, 15-minute video on 10 ways to repurpose your Facebook Lives? Just put in your name and email address and I'll deliver it right to your inbox, right? So I'm going to set that up to use it as a lead magnet. Generally when you're going live, you're not going just to like hang out with your people. Maybe if it's a group or something like that, but you're going to go on to provide something of value. And so give them something really valuable and then repurpose it into a lead magnet. The other thing that you could do is I could make maybe a workbook out of this Facebook Live. Maybe it's a checklist for how to be able to repurpose your content after you've done a Facebook Live. And maybe I use that as a lead magnet, as a download that people can use to check off, yes, I've done this, yes, I've done this, yes, I've done this, after they've done their live stream. Okay, whew. So that was 10 ways to be able to repurpose your Facebook Live. Amanda Kamala, I would love to hear from you what you learned, or if you have any questions about the content that we've just covered here, because that was a lot of content to cover in a very short period of time. And hopefully it was helpful. I know that the more, it's time consuming creating content, right? And when we're writing blog posts, we're like, what am I going to write about? Now I've got writer's block. What am I going to put as a video on YouTube? Because all of these channels, you want to keep adding fresh, relevant content to. But this way, you can take one piece of content and you can repurpose it across 10 different channels to maximize that exposure, maximize your reach, keep your audience engaged, and meet the criteria of fresh, relevant content for all of these channels. Cam, good. So I hope that you write some of these down or go back and watch this video, because this is across the board. You can do this with all of your content. It really doesn't matter what kind of content you're creating. You can take all of these ideas and use them, whether you're creating a pre-recorded video on YouTube, a live YouTube video, whether it's a blog post, you could actually make it into a Facebook live stream. So you can, once you sort of know the different channels that you can repurpose content on, then you can take any piece of content and turn it into something else, or clip it down to use it for something else. So thank you so much for joining me today. I won't keep you any longer. I appreciate you being here. If you have any more questions about Facebook Live, please do let me know. We've been talking a lot about it for the last couple of weeks. The Facebook Live Challenge for Entrepreneurs starts on Monday, November 13th. I'm going to drop the link in here for those who want to be a part of it. It is support, guidance, and accountability for your Facebook Live in order to boost your business. So thank you. We'll see you all soon.